Hello friends, today we are going to explore the most fascinating therapy, that is cupping therapy. Outside the realm of conventional medicine, a quest for searching and alternative modalities is always a part of research and experimentations since time immortal. Cupping therapy is a much sophisticated, advanced, and considerably scientific approach towards pain management and as well as bloodletting, which is practiced across the world. It is widely known to carry a remarkable potential in addressing a large pool of diseased conditions. In this modality, basically different types of cups are used, hence the name cupping therapy. It is an ancient therapy believed to relieve sore muscles by mobilizing blood flow to the affected sites. Suction cups are affixed to a affected area, often back and extremities, by means of suction device or a heat source. The skin is drawn upward by creating a vacuum. Blood flows to the affected area, typically leaving a round baseball-sized bruises. It is known to be the best tissue massage and its action is very much similar to the shrink or alabo. Initially, cupping therapy was originally performed by using the alabo or shrink, that is animal horns or gourd. After it, cups made up of bamboo, clay, ceramic, plastic, silicone, glasses, etc. are coming into the fashion for doing the therapy. Out of all the varieties mentioned earlier, the glass cups and fiber made cups has the advantage of transparency and also make the practitioner able to evaluate the degree of response. Hence, these varieties are used vastly nowadays for doing this procedure. At the end of 20th century, another modern method of suction was developed in which a valve was constructed at the top of cup and a small hand operated pump is attached so that practitioner can create vacuum without relying on fire, thus avoiding some hazards and having greater control over the amount of suction. These devices are commonly known as cupping sets nowadays. There are many varieties of cupping therapies available, but out of which the four major ones are dry or air cupping, wet cupping, fire cupping, and massage cupping. Cupping therapy is basically indicated in various types of pain, stiffness anywhere in the body, muscular spasm, congestion largely because of trauma, many skin disorders, digestive complaints, disc herniation, fallopian tube blockage, irritable bowel syndrome, and anxiety and depression. Contraindications for doing the cupping therapy are bleeding disorders, patients having severe anemia, high fever with convulsions, patients on anticoagulants medicines, skin sites, specifically with active inflammation, any type of infection, burns, and open wounds. Hemorrhage, whether it is external or internal, is an absolute contraindication for doing the cupping therapy. Grade third muscle, ligament, as well as tendon tear. Fractures, deep vein thrombosis, varicose veins, and child, elderly, and pregnant women. Cupping is relatively safe procedure, especially dry or air cupping, as it does not include the risk of fire or heat. But it can cause some small baseball-sized bruises over the skin, which depends upon the stagnation in that particular point. These bruises are usually painless and disappears within a few days. But there could be some adverse effects in the localized area because of negligence, such as accidental burns, major scarring, blister formation, or skin infection. Now, the method of application. Prerequisites for cupping, especially the wet cupping, are hemoglobin, bleeding time, clotting time, random blood sugar, HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C examination. Informed consent must be taken prior to the procedure. All aseptic measures should be adopted to prevent the skin infection. Tetanus prophylaxis is a must, and hair removal and cleansing of the local area should be done. Before going for the procedure, we have to sterilize the cups we are going to use. Now the dry cupping. It is also known as vacuum or air cupping because in this fiber cups are used and vacuum is created with the help of a suction device. Suction cups are placed for 5 to 15 minutes depending upon the condition of the patient. We simply have to release the pressure by pulling the one edge of the valve, let the air in and it gets off by itself. Care must be taken that we must remove the cups gently to prevent the skin damage. And in the end, we have to apply some healing oil, ointment, etc. for early healing of the bruises that are caused by the cupping. In the wet variety, we have to give multiple pricks by sterilized needle at the affected site, and suction cups are placed for 3 to 5 minutes or till blood clots as we are seen in the pic. This method is mainly used for stagnation of blood, accumulated fluids, pus, toxins, etc. to be evacuated. Fire cupping is very much similar to the Khati Yantra. For fire cupping, we have to grab a cotton ball and dip it into a rubbing alcohol or spirit or any inflammable material. Blot the cotton ball on some paper towel to get rid of extra alcohol. It should be wet but not dripping. Hold the cotton ball and light it on fire. Keep the flaming cotton ball inside the cups with the help of tweezers and warm each cup and placed over the skin. Make sure that there must be some gaps in between the cups. The vacuum created by extinguished fire and skin sucks up the skin inside the cups we are placing over the skin. Keep them until the skin under the cup turns from red to violet and removed after some time by lifting at one end. Massage cupping. It is also known as sliding, gliding, or moving cupping. In this variety, we simply have to apply a generous amount of oil over the skin, and after moderate suction, the cups are allowed to slide over the affected muscle groups. This has to be done for 5 to 10 minutes. Aftercare after cupping therapy, that is, we have to apply healing oils regularly over the affected part. Patient have to avoid excessive heat, sauna baths, hot tubs, etc. as it may delays the process of the healing as well as the skin may get infected. Probable therapeutic effect of cupping therapy is assumed that it is drawing impurities to the surface and hence helpful in removing the toxins quickly and effectively. It also increases the local blood circulations and lymphatic flow. It is very helpful in loosens the fascia and the connective tissues and also releases the trigger points. Hence helps in overcome the reoccurrence of the certain diseases. It is also known to be stimulating action on the tissue relaxation and better cell to cell communication. Cupping therapy is nowadays become very popular due to its easy procedure and instant relief. We can easily perform this therapy by practicing it regularly and effectively. That's all for today. Take care, stay home, stay safe.